Hi guys, it's Pam. Well, it's been a while since my last video. What I'm doing today is simple solutions for 45 minutes or less page layout. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a lot of time in my life with all the army of kids that I have. So I try to get stuff done as much as possible. So I'm starting with this 12 by 12 pink cardstock. Actually, I like this side better. Pink cardstock. I cut it, I have this here just so you can see that I cut a small sliver on each side. So when I do my layouts, I end up putting them on this white backing and then put them in the sheets. But I want that small little piece of white border to show through. So I just have that there so that you can see the small sliver that I cut. It's not very even. I'm sure other people are more precise, but you know, I'm not. I'm kind of a mess. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to take this out because that's unnecessary right now. So I went into my scrap bin and I found some scrap paper that I thought was real cute. And sometimes, like I said, I like to do pages where I'm only using scraps. So here we go very quickly. Some of these scraps were bigger, some of them were smaller, or you know, not quite matching. But anyway, I just cut them into slices here. So I want to put them, I want to put one solid color right in the middle. Yeah. So these are really simple pages. So this is what the basic background is going to look like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pencil in or just make some marks there where this middle one is going to be placed. But what I want to do is I want to stitch with the sewing machine. Do a cross stitch there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it down first. So get your handy dandy ATG monster here and just glue that. And I'll glue this side. I don't know why I just did the pencil marks, but whatever. Oops, I bumped the camera. Yeah. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is get my sewing machine, whip it out. It's kind of not ready, so I'll be back. Okay, so through the magic of Hollywood, only a fraction of a second has gone by for you guys. For me, however, it's been 45 minutes. So I was looking for the plug to my handy dandy sewing machine, but I live in the only house in the world that is magic. I live in the only magic house in the world. I live in a house where things disappear and there's no explanation whatsoever for why the item is gone. So there you have it. Because I live in a magic house, I couldn't find the plug for my sewing machine, which I take out every day, because if anybody's ever heard the term curiosity killed the cat, that was created for my children. And there was my dogs. Okay, so it turns out that I was having all kinds of technical difficulties with this machine. She's an old girl, so I'm not surprised that it didn't work. So my cross stitch is not for some reason working on this machine. So what I'm just going to do is a simple stitch. I don't know what they're called because, you know, I'm new at this. But anyway, it's just a single stitch, long stitching all the way down. And I'm going to do that on both sides. So let's do that. And that's that. I like to leave a little bit of string hanging around because it just looks cute to me. Can we still see that? Do I need to adjust it? Okay, so now we have our sides. We still have our sides that we're going to put on. And these I'm going to put on with just regular tape from the monstrous ATG gun. I like to mark my stuff. Some people have a really great eye. I don't. You know, what looks straight to me at the moment, then when I step back and I look at it and everything's like slanted off to the side, and then I try to tell people I meant to do that, but I really didn't. So I just mark it, and yeah, that way I can at least get it straight. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of tape on this, just so I can still be able to lift it, and because I cut that little sliver, if you guys remember, I said I cut that little sliver off of the pink background sheet. These are going to be just a little bit off at the bottom, which is fine. That's what I want, so it can hang off of the white page. Because, yeah. Anyway, so here we go. The clock has started. Well, the clock been started. I've been at this for almost going on 2 hours now because I was looking for that plug, and then the dogs didn't stop barking. And there's a lot. I live on a really busy street and a really busy city, so they kind of just freak out when they hear stuff going on outside, which is all the time. And I'm a bad pet owner, so behavioral training is not on my to-do list. I love my babies, but for the most part, it doesn't torture me too much. Okay, so now I got these taped down, and I'm just gonna erase the little marks that I can see that I use to guide my paper. And my workspace is a mess. I don't know if you guys are neat scrapbookers. I'm not. I'm a mess. Do you hear me? I am a hot, holy mess. Photos. Now, my goal is to finish these books. I have 20 years worth of photos, and I really just need to get these in an album. I don't have a horrible time. I know some people think it's sacrilegious to just cut a photograph. I don't think it's like the end all be all, because I have everything is an electronic file. So I have copies of all these photos on my computer on a hard drive, and so cutting them, yes, I cut the originals. Oh my God. Cutting them is not a huge deal for me because I can always print out another photo, so you know, it's okay. So then I'm gonna put a border here. I don't think I'm gonna add too much journaling in the front, but I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this border here. Once you have your letters on your ribbon here, on your strip of paper, then what you're gonna do is I'm just gonna fold this here like so, and I put the letters on first just so I know where I'm folding, where I want to make the pleats. So just fold that like there, and they don't have to be perfect and they don't have to be even. I mean, they can be if you know that's who you are. You know, if that's who you are, then hey, go for it. Make them perfect. But I kind of want that haphazard look. So once you have this pleat here, I'm just going to cut in. Again, they don't have to be perfect. unless that's who you are. See? And then on the other side. And don't be afraid to handle your paper. I know a lot of people who they kind of tiptoe around around their, you know, they don't want to damage it, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. Don't be scared of your paper. Just do it. And if it, you know, if it comes out a little bit crazy, or, I mean, who are you making these books for? You know, they're yours. This is your work. This is your hand. This is your design. This is your creation. Let it be what it's going to be. And that's that. So I have like a little banner thingy here. Okay, so now I'm getting, what I'm doing is, I know I stop the tape every time I get up to get something. I should be a good YouTuber and just have everything ready when I sit down, but you know, not that either. So so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ink the edges of this, of the pleats, just to give it a little bit of dimension. I don't know if you can see that detail on the video, but it does give it a little bit of a kind of like a 3D, I don't know what you want to call it. I call it 3D. But anyway, so this is the Studio G pink stuff, pink ink. I got them at Michael's. I think they're ordinarily $1 or $1.50 depending where you live. The day that I bought these two, they were like on clearance for 30 cents, so I bought a boatload of them. Because anybody who has seen my previous videos knows that I am a bargain shopper. Cheap, not cheap, call it whatever you want. I can't afford to buy the stuff I would like to buy, so we make do with what we have, which makes these books so special, is that you have to use your imagination and creativity to get it to look cute. So right now I'm just doing the pleats and the edges with a little bit of pink here. She loved pink, so at that time. Now she's 11 and she's too grown up for pink, because God, Mom, she's just not a baby anymore. So yeah, kids, right? And then I'm just gonna do the outer edges too. And I have landscapers outside tearing my trees out that people in the neighborhood have planted, and that wasn't a good situation, so I had to get up and go take care of that. Beautify the ghetto. Okay, so I don't know why I just said that. Anyway, so this is all done with that, and I kind of like the way the edges stick up like that. I'm gonna leave that, and I have to put the word in because pretty pink doesn't make sense. So I just have some stickers here. Now I know a lot of ladies they have like these fancy paper packets that they subscribe to, where they make all, you know, everything comes already in the packet, everything's color coordinated, and all the little embellies, and you know, and all that good stuff. Everything's already in the package. Yeah, I can't afford those paper, you know, those paper clubs that you get monthly. A lot of the ladies I subscribe to are in those clubs, and good for them if they can afford it, but I can't. So I have to go into stashes of things and try to find stuff that matches. I cut out this little circle here and I'm just inking it up because I love to ink everything. I ink everything. I want to ink everything. I think everything in the world should be inked. Okay, that's exaggerating, but I like the ink. So I'm just gonna I got these little glitter circles, these little glitter from another paper pack that I got at Michael's, and the sheets were embellished. I mean, not embellished, but you know, they were little glitter on them. So I just cut out the circles. Now, when my daughter was in daycare, I think I explained this, she was in a classroom and they were learning how to identify the letters in their name. And the way they would do that is the teacher would identify the first letter of their name with something, with some sort of animal or, you know, whatever. So for my daughter, her name is Dallas. So they chose the dragonfly as her symbol so that she can identify the D as the first letter in her name. So ever since then, she has loved dragonflies. So I collect everything dragonfly so that I can put on her scrapbook pages. And you'll do different things on your page. The whole point of this video is just the layout, a basic layout that can be done and over with in 45 minutes. Okay, so I'm taping everything down. I just wanted to show you how I'm taping the banner down because I like the pleats to stick up. So I'm just putting tape in the middle, and I'm using my ATG gun and just sticking it down. So I kind of like it that these stick up like this. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do for the journaling tag. I've put the other picture that goes on this page with the face of someone who I'm not particularly interested in having on my front page. And what I'm going to do is I matted the photo on the same paper as what's on the background, and then I matted that onto a white paper, and we're gonna cut around that. So I know a lot of you are probably like, oh boy, what kind of drama does she have going on? Well, he is her biological father, and he's not in our lives anymore. However, I do still have photos, and because, you know, at some point, she's going to grow up, and she's going to wonder who's who and where's what, and, you know, I want to be able to produce answers to her questions if she has any in the future. So I'm going to take a hole punch, and I'm just going to punch a hole right here, like so. But that doesn't mean that I want his face plastered all over my scrapbook pages. See? Okay, so I put a ribbon through the hole. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tie a knot and fray the edges. For those of you that know how to tie a bow, by all means, do your thing. So let's cut that, and let's cut this, and there you have it. Okay, so now that this page is done and everything is glued down and the ribbon is glued and everything is, or taped, or whatever it is that you use, again, the basic construction is 3 strips of paper. 1, 2, 3. I put more than one photo on here because I have so many of them that I need to get them laid down. You can use little embellishments anywhere, as many or as little as you like. I cut some slivers on the side here so that the white border of the paper will show through. And let me show you what I'm going to do with the journaling. So I put this photo here that, again, I don't want visible on my page, and I journaled on the back, punched a hole, tied a ribbon. Now when I tape this down, I'm only going to tape the edges, 4 edges of the paper, so that what it makes is a pocket here at top, because this will all be, or you can sew this down if you want, that's also an option, and then this photo will go into the pocket like so. And when you put it into your page protector, it'll stay in, as long as you put some glue, some tape down here at the bottom to stop it from falling all the way down, so it just sticks out like that. And scrapbook pages in 45 minutes or less. It took me about 2 hours because I had to keep stopping and starting, but it should take you guys even less time. And this is done, and I hope that this is a pretty simple basic layout for you guys that you can do really fast. You can use 1 photo, you can use 10 photos if you want. It doesn't matter. Remember, there is no right or wrong way, ladies, to scrapbook. This is your life. These are your memories. It's your creativity. Just let it explode all over the page. Okay? See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.